Hello to the amazing people and welcome to something really amazing. I'm doing a score attack to try to land on the first 10 spots on the leader table for Tainted Grail Conquest mode with apostate class on difficulty 12. If you want to see some details about this run, you can check out the playlist in the comment description below, or watch at least not the previous video but the one before that, the one with P1 in the thumbnail, the part 1. This will be the part 3. I'm executing the infinite combo using hidden potential, using the polished tier, using one more flip, and using accelerated development. Basically what this allows me to do is to play cards over and over again and never run out of energy because of the mechanics of duplicated playing, which turns the hidden potential to its exhaust side, plays it for free, turns it back up to the hidden potential side, which allows you to play it once more, and that way you actually end up energy positive in each cycle of one more flip. And then once you get to 10 maneuvers, then if you have one of those good sides up, you play that. Otherwise you play something which costs 1 energy here, and then everything gets flipped over and you earn some energy, and you keep doing this over and over again. Also I have some runes which increase my damage done based on number of cards I play. So yeah, every card I play increases my damage. I was able to get, after first 30 million, I was able to get the minimum damage of the Shot of Destiny to 3 million. Then I was able to get it up to 26 million. What I'm hoping is for the 10-digit score, which will get me to the highest number that the leaderboard actually can record. So that's the ultimate goal, that's the ultimate plan. So yeah, let's see if we can successfully do it. And while I'm doing that, I'm talking about my channel. Last episode I talked about card survival, Fountain of Youth. I talked about the Limbus Company, a little bit of Library of Ruina, and Lobotomy Corporation. All of these games playthroughs are available on the channel, by the way. I also talked a little bit about Shadow Gambit, and of course I talked about this game. And well, in this episode I'm gonna continue talking first about the games I already play on the channel right now, and then after that about the games, the playlists of the games I played previously, which I would also heavily recommend for you to check out. So what else are we playing right now? My brain is a little bit blanking right now because like a lot of resources is being used to properly flip these cards. But what games are we playing? Playing lots of good games. Okay, let's talk a little bit about crop rotation. I'm not playing at this moment, but I am planning to do another run. It is a plant drafting game from Sprout Potato. It's like a little bit like Luck Be a Landlord, if you ever saw that game. It's like you have this 2D grid, and you draft and choose the order in which the plants will be planted, and then they get planted on this 2D grid, and they have like synergies with each other, and also synergies with different bonuses in terms of contracts, permissions, animals, and some other stuff. And this was not some good flips here. Not happy about that. Okay, this will be a good one. I mean, I have a lot of energy, so I shouldn't be too worried about that. I'm trying to play at least a little bit how should I say it, competently, at least here at the start of the episode, but I don't know, it doesn't really matter. You can go down to 0 and still recover, so I wouldn't worry too much. But anyway, so it's kind of a cool game. I never played Luck Be a Landlord actually. It felt a little bit too random. I feel like the crop rotation does let you like be a bit more tactical, strategic, make like well, tactical, strategic, make tactics and strategies. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to say. But halfway through there I was like, this is so redundant, but you know what, that's alright. But yeah, it lets you like pull off combos and build towards different synergies, and there's there's scalable difficulty. Now this is an interesting concept. So the game doesn't have like easy, moderate, hard. It actually has a difficulty which scales of a number, which is your highest, which is your chosen rating for the game. So basically you choose a number, which determines how hard the game will be. And this number is like something super arbitrary, but it actually translates into how much gold you have to pay off each week from your farming adventures as a crop rotator. Let's call it like that. And yeah, since the numbers scale, it is possible to do difficulty like this, which is pretty interesting to me. So basically, the highest difficulty you choose, the more cash you have to pay each week, and well, the more cash you actually have to pay to win the game, well, in-game cash, just not to be any misunderstandings there. And yeah, it works pretty good. I played the demo. Well, actually, I'm not 100% sure how good it plays. I played like once on the well, did I? Oh yeah, okay, so I played the demo, and then I finished the game at least once, and then I looked something harder. Oh yeah, I played the demo, I finished the tutorial of the game, and and then I played it once more, a little bit harder difficulty. Yeah, that's how it went. And the harder difficulty was definitely harder than the tutorial. Yes, okay, now I remember. So it works pretty well. And then after that, I unlocked an even harder mode, which sounds super scary, and I want to play it. And then yeah, but like it's kind of a game which I like to play in one sitting. So unless I can do that, I'm not super like into it. So, well, not super into it. I couldn't find like enough time to play it all in one sitting because I'm playing slowly and methodically. So each one takes me like 2.5 hours or so. So yeah, I feel like the replayability is huge, and like there's also these weekly modes which I didn't check out yet, but they sound super interesting. So. Also, I quite enjoyed the previous game from Sprout Potato called Dice Stripes Ambitions, and that game is just amazing. Like it's just so cool. It reminds me a lot of board games. So Dice Stripes Ambitions, like you get like these. Your village is abstracted by dice, which have these pips that you roll, and then there's different villager types which have different sets of pips. So depending on what villager types you have, you are more likely or less likely to roll certain numbers. And then you have these various buildings and objectives you have to do, and challenges which come through the game. And then depending on what kind of villagers you have, you're more or less likely to roll what you need. And you can also grow your village by like putting your villagers in a special slot where you spawn new villagers. And the whole game is played on a 2D plane where you interact with these various structures and locations by putting these villagers or dice in them. And then first you roll all of them, yeah, and then you put them inside. And you need to produce the food because each day, each turn in the game, like villagers need to eat, otherwise well, they die. And there is a free demo available for Dice Stripes Ambitions, and you can do first 2 villages completely for free and completely. So basically you can play the full game for these 2 scenarios are available. Like you can play a full game of these 2 village types, let's call them. Like the first one is like the settlers, I believe, and the other one is fishermen, I think. And it's like oh so good. Like you really need to try out this demo. It's like if you like games, especially if you like board games, like but modern board games. I'm not talking Monopoly here. I'm talking like worker placement games, stuff like that. So just really cool. Like would definitely recommend trying out Dice Stripes Ambitions. And then the crop rotation still needs to be like a little bit polished out. Developer will be releasing another update patch. Some things are a little bit too easy. Well, too easy. It's way too easy to break the game in some ways. So they're gonna be nerfing it a little bit. And yeah, it's actually a solo developer, solo indie developer, which I think it's like really cool that he was able to do such 2 wonderful games. So yeah, go check it out. Both games have free demos. Check it out, maybe support it, all that good stuff. Oh yeah, I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. So if you want to see a playthrough of Baldur's Gate 3 where a person is obsessively picking up spoons and cups and taking their time and really experiencing the game in a different way, well, look no further. Check out my playlist for Baldur's Gate 3 on this channel. And yeah, drop by in the comments, share your experiences with the game. How it was for you. I'm role playing as an kind of an evil person. I'm role playing as a Shard, not Shard. What's Shadowheart, the servant of Shar, right? And yeah, I'm doing evil stuff. So I'm not doing super evil stuff, but well, I'm doing enough evil stuff. Let's just say it like that. There we go. I kind of messed up a little bit, so I need to dig myself out from this hole. Oh, that was not too good anyway. Okay, what? Oh, I have 95 energy, so I'm doing pretty good here. Okay, let's see how long is the video. 11 minutes, so we have plenty to go. But yeah, I'm role playing an evil, and it's been very awkward at the start because this is not really like my comfort zone, not something I usually do, and yeah, it's been weird for me. Okay, I'm gonna play some cards really fast here, so you can definitely expect my energy going down because this is not optimal way to play this combo. It's because like I really want to play the hidden potential when the duplicate thing is ready, not the other way around. So this is like just super random and we have no idea how it's gonna go. I'll probably run out of energy like super fast, but that's okay. I want to see how far we can get. I'm gonna start building up the energy again anyway, so a little bit chaos mode. Let's go. Let's channel our inner Shar here. Hopefully we don't shoot the shot by accident into the boss. That would be really bad, because that would increase the amount we need to like do this thing before we get to high enough numbers. I'm very confident we can actually pull it off. But yeah, so anyway, I'm playing as okay, what, 76? Okay, so I'm playing as Shadowheart. I didn't really know that you'll be able to do all the origin stories regardless of what character you choose. So I choose Shadowheart because her backstory seemed the most interesting. In the meantime, I did find out more about the game by like you know, as I ventured more into the game. I wanted to play it blind, but as I ventured more into the game, I actually started watching these small clips on the internet about different stuff, and you know, like maybe some way people abuse the game, like I don't know, throwing heavy stuff from very high up. I'm not doing that, by the way. I'm trying to play fair. I am playing on hardest difficulty, and I am not reloading in the middle of fights, so if I fail a fight I have to redo it from the scratch. So that means I really need to prepare, I need to play well, I need to use my abilities to the best possible ability. Of course, if I get into trouble, there's no way around it. I have to like restart if I lose and die. That's just what it is, but I try to avoid it as much as I can. Sometimes I get curious. So I actually like say, okay, I'm gonna choose this option, even though I don't want this option, but I just wanna see what's gonna happen, and I'm gonna reload. I also did a lot of reloading while I was trying to figure out how the pickpocketing system actually works. And yeah, I also put some ground rules for pickpocketing. I'm not super happy how they actually implemented it. Oh yeah, by the way, I think it's an amazing game, but I think it's far from a flawless product that people make it out to be. But I think like all the shortcomings are kind of fun actually, and one of them is pickpocketing. Oh dude, like, so what you can do is, okay, this will get worse and worse as I talk about it. So for example, in Druid's Grove there is this person, a trader, which doesn't have like anyone near him to help him notice that we're pickpocketing him. So it's very easy to pickpocket. So basically, if you do a standard pickpocket, you can come to him, pickpocket him a couple of times, and then go and hide in the shadows. Then he runs into one direction, comes back. He always runs in the same direction, it seems like, and yeah, not very demanding. But then you can go even further. Since he's a trader, you can actually talk to him with one person and then pickpocket with another. And if you do this, for him the time is frozen, and he cannot even notice that he's actually getting pickpocketed, which I find kind of silly and ridiculous. And yeah, and then to add insult to injury, you can pickpocket an item from him, then you can trade this item to the person talking to him, and then you can actually sell him this item, and you can do this over and over again. So I needed some ground rules for this thing. Oh yeah, then if you get caught pickpocketing, yeah, you can get sent to prison, which is super easy to escape from. And then if you escape from prison, you just need to wait a little bit of time and you're cleared, and you can go and try again. Yeah. And then even if you don't go to prison, you can bribe him the first time. If you don't want to wait, it's not really that long to wait anyway, but you can bribe him, and then you don't have to go through the whole prison thing. You can just keep interacting with him, and then you can get all your money back that you bribed him with by just pickpocketing valuable items and selling it back to him, which is like a little bit sadistic if you ask me. I don't know, is that it? Is that all the stuff? There's a cleric skill which lets you get advantage on certain saving throws. For example, on certain skills, right? So you can get advantage on pickpocketing by buffing dexterity skills, and that means that you roll 2 dice and choose the better one, which means it's really hard to even fail at pickpocketing at that point. You can also use guidance. So yeah, it's really easy. So as long as you don't try to steal something super hard, you can keep doing it. And then if he has like an item you really want, but it's hard to steal, what you can do is steal a whole bunch of very cheap items, and then you can sell it to him, and with that money you can then buy a more expensive one, and then you can repeat the process, get your money back, and yeah. So the ground rules I decided for my Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough, because I really do like pickpocketing as an idea, and I like the flavor of it in my evil playthrough. What I decided I'm gonna do, okay, I have 73 energy, so it's like going at least well enough, right? What I decided I'm gonna do is I'll be allowed to pickpocket. However, if I get caught pickpocketing, so first time I get caught pickpocketing, I can choose the option to go to jail. However, if I get caught pickpocketing twice by the same person, yeah, then I have to attack them. Basically, I simulate as if he had enough. He doesn't trust in their system. So he's like, okay, I see the guards are totally failing. I have to take the stuff into my own hands now. So basically, he attacks us, but since the game doesn't do that, then we attack him instead, pretending like he attacked us. So that's that. So basically, I can only have 1 session of pickpocketing per NPC before the things get nasty. So what I'm probably gonna do is, for people that I really don't want to fight with, I'm only gonna pickpocket until I get caught the first time. Also, another rule: I am not allowed to use the talk to with another person while the first person is pickpocketing until I can prove that I can successfully pickpocket and hide at least once. So that means I need to pickpocket him, and then I need to run away before he realizes what happened, and hide and wait for it to, like, wait for his how should we call it, wait for his distress to end. And then once all of that is done, then I can do it normally, just to save some time, because if I prove that I can do it once, I can do it multiple times, because the execution is always the same. Rather, yeah. So yeah, execution is always the same. That's basically the gist of it. So yeah, and yeah, I will be enjoying some nice pickpocketing on my Shadowheart run, and I'm very happy because of it. So I also find a way not to feel too abusive. But yeah, I can really like get like so loaded with items and stuff by just doing that. It's kind of really So right now my party is like, I'm using Shadowheart, I'm using Astarion, I'm using Lae'zel, and I'm using Karlach. That's my brawler team. Like Shadowheart's just staying behind, using the others as her puppets. They do her bidding. She blesses them for it, and even on tactician difficulty, we smack face with it so far anyway. Although the big boss fight didn't go really well. I'm not gonna go too much into detail what happened or what the fight was if you wanna watch it. But yeah, it was let's say it was interesting. But yeah, it's kind of really cool, and also the Karlach is able to do advantage to people. Now, I'm not sure how this will all pan out, considering some of these characters are kind of on a good side. Oh yeah, I'm also using the Will for charismatic checks. So when I have to do something charismatic, talking with people, like talk them into something, stuff like that, then I bring Will back out. He has like a lot of charisma skills, so I use him because none of my other characters have high enough charisma to be able to be good at it. He's also proficient in that kind of stuff, so yeah, it works out pretty well. So I'm switching characters out a lot. I'm actually playing as if my group is like this one big party instead of just the 4 people I'm traveling with. It's slowing the game a little bit down, but not as much as looting every spoon I run into. Trust me that. So okay, what is the thing? Okay, 102. So I'm actually doing really well. I can maybe speed it up a little bit here. It's such a fun game to be played, but yeah. So what other exploits I know of? So I know, for example, okay, well, this one should be pretty well known, that you can stack up a whole bunch of boxes, climb on top of them, and then throw something really heavy onto the enemies. I'm not using that. Then I know about the exploit that you can like send one person to engage into the fight with enemy, and then you can sneak around with others in real time around the place and choose your encounter on your terms. I also know that you can use a stealthy character to keep shooting from stealth and keep moving away, hiding, enemies never really knowing where you are, slowly grinding them down. I'm trying not to do that. First time it happens to me that they notice me, yeah. Instead of like moving away, re-stealthing, like trying to repeat this process, then I decide I stay close enough so they can come closer to me, and then I engage them into the fight. Because this whole system seems a little bit too abusable also by the player. I feel like that's gonna be a theme for my playthrough, like all the abusive things we find and all the abusive things we don't use, well, because they are abusive. I decided I will rather reduce the difficulty rating to normal instead of like playing on tactician while abusing these things. Makes no sense, right? Also, same with the reloads. If I ever find myself in such a hard fight that I actually have to like reload in the middle of fight to be successful, then I'm also rather gonna reduce the difficulty than, you know, and then try to save scum it. But yeah, I will use the save and reload feature to like get the most out of my experience while playing the game, that's for sure. That part I'm not too worried about. But yeah, and now I'm going... I'm playing it daily right now, not sure for how much longer that will persist, because I also want to play some other games as well. Let me think, what other games am I playing right now? What other games? I think that might be it actually. So I should be playing 7 games right now, right? So I'm playing Card Survival, of course. I'm playing Baldur's Gate. I'm playing Survival Fountain of Youth. I'm playing Limbus Company. I'm playing Tainted Grail Conquest, yeah? Then I did talk a little bit about crop rotation, which I'm not playing all the time. Shadow Gambit. Yeah. Oh, Dead in Vinland, of course. I forgot about that one. Oof, it's pretty cool game. So it's like a A party management survival crafting game. I think you see a theme here. I do really enjoy the crafting games. I think, and survival games. Those are pretty good genres. I like simulations, I guess. And this one is like a Viking themed game. It is a continuation of a game called Dead in Bermuda. So basically you have this group of characters which don't necessarily like each other, and there's a lot of stats and simulation on how successful they are with the tasks you give them. But you basically build up this camp you have together, and you build stations on it, and then you assign characters to the stations. But basically what you are doing, you're gathering food, you're gathering wood, other resources, you're cooking, you're feeding your people, you're keeping them hydrated, you like interact with them through the story snippets. And you also, in this game, at least that in Finland, not in that in Bermuda which came before it, you also engage in turn-based combat against raiders of this island. And one of the goals, I guess, of the game is to defeat Bjorn, which is like this bully which recovers tributes of you occasionally, which is like a pressure. So not only you need to survive, you also need to be efficient, so you can earn enough resources which you then give to Bjorn for tribute, and then if you don't, bad things happen. I'm playing it on normal difficulty. Right now I'm at the state in the game where it seems pretty easy actually. So I feel like I could have handled harder difficulty, but this kind of game requires like a lot of knowledge, and not everything is as efficient as you might think, and I was just worried I might end up in a spot where I will not be in a good spot if I play the hardest difficulty. I think I could have pulled it off, but I've kind of enjoyed the more like relaxing experience where I don't have to worry too much, and yeah, it is what it is. I am thinking about like playing it once more on harder difficulty after I'm done, but there's also, of course, there's also like some other games which I also want to play, so that's that. So yeah, it might not get prioritized. And I actually played another game from the same developer called The Last Spell. It is like, how should I describe it? Yeah, this is like, it's kind of hard to describe, right? So The Last Spell is like a horde tower defense game, but you also have like a party of heroes that you're building up and equipping and leveling up, and in my opinion at least, it works super well. I'm enjoying it a lot. The runs are a little bit long for me, but I played it quite a bit. I do recommend checking out The Last Spell on the channel. Having lots of fun with it, and I think I'm doing a lot of cool stuff. I also started bumping up the difficulty a little bit recently, but then I needed to play some other games, so it kind of got benched, but I really want to continue playing it. It's just so fun, and I hope I can find some time to play it some more. Like the feeling of building up the village, increasing your economy. Oh yeah, by the way, it's also a roguelite. It's a roguelite tower defense, horde defense. And the heroes have these amazing abilities, like of different kinds, which come from the weapons they wield. And you can really build them in many different ways and make them like pretty powerful. Do crazy stuff with them, teleport around the battlefield, four-shotting bosses. Oh, not really, but one-turn shotting bosses with one character if you build them well enough. It's so cool. And then yeah, harder difficulties make it much more tighter, but it's not really that much harder. And the roguelite element is like mostly unlockables. You unlock new weapons, you unlock like new like village buildings. When you finish a run, you unlock a new city you can play in. The cities are like scripted. Each one has their own different boss that you have to like fight against in order to like win. And it's a pretty cool game. I would recommend it. I don't think this one has a demo though. So yeah, it doesn't have a demo. So you would have to like know what you're going into if you're buying it to play it. But for me at least, it's probably the best game of its kind. I never played something similar. Like the combat system, moving around, casting abilities, using APs reminds me a little bit of the XCOM, but it's just much better. The system is way more refined, and it's not as like I mean old XCOM, right? Where you have like certain number of this AP points which you use for both movement and shooting. Like here you have AP points which you use to cast your abilities, but you also have a separate movement point system. So they are like separated, like in modern XCOM, but you still have plenty of both. So you have like a little bit more, how should I say it, space and room in how you actually wanna do it. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like it a lot. Okay, so. We are 30 minutes into this video, so we have to see where we are at right now. So, let's see what Destiny shots will bring us. Yeah, this is not good news. This is not good news. So this thing right now hits for 80 million. So I kind of tripled, yeah, I tripled the damage I do in this video, which is good. We still have like kind of an exponential growth, I guess. So if we could triple it again, we would be golden, but I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do it. But we are up to 3, 6, 8, almost 9 digits now, and since I have 4 of these bows, like that brings me to almost like 10 digits, half 10 digits, and I can also double these because I have the polished ear. So if I cast them with polished ear, we can double it. So if we played all 4 of these right now, so this one would do 160 million. So all 4 of them would do 640 million, and that is actually, this is no, did I count it twice? Yeah, I did, right? Yeah, 640 million. And that's like 1/4 of where I wanna be, you know? That's like 1/4 of where I wanna be. So, worst case scenario, I have to play for like... So if I just start scaling linear from now on, dead linear, I would have to do 1.5 hours 3 more times for 4.5 hours. But I don't think we're gonna be scaling linear. Like, we're scaling a little bit better than linear, so that's gonna be pretty good. So yeah, I think we can get there. So I'm gonna continue playing. Hopefully we can do it like in next 1 hour, 1.5 hours, something like that. Cool. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a prediction. How much longer will I need to play to get the maximum showable score on the leaderboard and get into the nice company of the 9 people who did it for the apostate class. Of course, if you're enjoying these videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do something nice, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next episode. The Niemar signing out. Bye bye.